Welcome! This video tutorial is meant to familiarize you with our new online application and grants management tool. I will step you through how to log in, create an account, and complete a grant application. The screen that you see here is the login page, which you can access from our website. Before we begin, if your organization has received a competitive grant from Community Foundation Santa Cruz County since the year 2000, your organization already has existing account and login information. If you have not done so already, contact Gretchen Ellis at the Foundation to receive this information. If you already have this information, go ahead and enter the login information here and ignore the next steps to create a new account. So let's get started. The first step is to take a deep breath. This online tool is meant to be straightforward and simple. I'll just be pointing out some tips and tricks to guide you through. First, let's click on Create a New Account, which is only applicable to organizations that have not received a competitive grant since 2000. Here you'll enter basic organizational information, noting that any field in this online application system that has an asterisk is required information before you can continue. The next form is where you enter the primary contact information for the person at your organization that will be using the system most frequently. Each organization is only allowed one login account, so it's important that this is the person that will be primarily using it, because the email address that you provide, as you saw on the first page, also exists as the login information or the username. Therefore, if multiple people in your organization are going to be logging into this system, they need to know the email address that you provide here, as well as the password that you'll create in a few minutes. It might be wise to create a joint email account, say on Google or Yahoo, where multiple people from your organization will also be able to access the messages sent through this system from the Foundation. Complete the next few pages until you get to the password page. Passwords need to be at least 5 characters long. When you're finished, click Finish, and that will complete the creating a new application process. This is your application status page or dashboard. You can think of this as your home base. If you have not received grants from the Foundation since 2000, all you'll see here is contact information and the ability to edit that information. If you have received grants, you'll see a summary of all the grants below, and you can click View Application to get even more information about each of those grants. Once you're ready, click on Apply. Here you'll see an overview of all of the available grant opportunities offered by the Community Foundation. During certain times of the year, this may be empty, and during certain times of the year, there may be multiple. We're trusting that you've already reviewed the guidelines and eligibility criteria on our website before you get to this point. The blue link with the name of the application is how you enter the particular application form. This is what a typical application will look like. At the top, there will always be a PDF icon that says Question List. Clicking this will create a PDF document of the entire application and all of the questions involved. This can be a handy resource. The first question in every application will be project name. This is where you can summarize your entire application request in one sentence. So for instance, enhancing the educational opportunities for foster youth in the Pajaro Valley. This needs to be short and succinct. Please also follow the instructions provided if there are any. As you go through the application, some questions will be narrative, some will require dates, some will need integers, and some are multiple choice. If it's narrative, you'll see a character count limit below, and as you type, the limit will count down with you. You cannot exceed the character count limit, otherwise you will not be able to submit the application. Some applications will require that you upload a document. Sometimes the Foundation will provide the document for you to complete, for instance, a proposed budget form. Other times, you will upload a document that you've created, for instance, a cover letter signed by a board and executive officers. If the document is provided, like in this example, there will be a blue link that you can click, and that will begin the download process that will bring the form to your computer, where then you can complete it. Once you're ready in either case to upload a form to the application, come back and click either Browse or Open here and find the document located on your computer. Please note that there is a limit of size. However, that's not the last step. You need to scroll all the way to the bottom of the application form and click Save as Draft, which will finalize the upload process for the document. If there's an error, it will tell you what is wrong. Otherwise, it will bring you to a successful receipt page. We encourage you to review all of the information provided on your application before hitting Submit Form. Once you click Submit Form, you can no longer make changes to your application. If you submit an error, please contact Gretchen Ellis at the Foundation for Technical Support. Once you submit, it will take you back to your application status page or dashboard, and the first thing you'll see is a summary of the application you just submitted. This home base page will also let you monitor payments, grant report deadlines, and when the Community Foundation makes decisions about your applications and grants. We hope that this has helped you get familiar with our new online application system, but please be in touch if you have any questions. Good luck!